So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be doing the conjunction of Mercury and Moon in the 10th house. As in, what happens when these two planets are in the 10th house of your birth chart. And as always, we do not know if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, go through my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where I'm currently doing Charadhasha course. And I've uploaded already 2 student charts for marriage timing, along with techniques that I give there to quickly see, to find the determination for timing of relationships and even marriage. So, Moon Mercury in the 10th house. See, here's the thing about the 10th house. What is the 10th house? 10th house is the most visible house. It is, right? It's where the sun is at noon. So when you get outside, you feel the light of the sun. So when any planet goes into the 10th house, people will naturally notice that particular light of you. And here with Mercury and Moon, one thing that we see, like I was telling you, Mercury and Moon brings sometimes things related to addictions, whether it's drinking, substances. But here, because in my last 12 years of doing readings, I've done readings of everybody who you can think of. Not who you can think of in terms of like people, just different types of people. From IT to lawyers to plumbers to astrologers themselves, politicians, children of politicians, and including people from adult film industry. And believe it or not, I actually found this conjunction quite prominent in their chart. And what I also realize is that this is the conjunction that may bring kind of like addiction of lust. There's an addiction of lust that comes in. Sometimes you see people who could have, let's say, sex addiction with this. Now, is it everybody? No. But again, not everybody is willing to share certain private things about their life. And this is where we just have to make this educated assumption, because I have also like just regularly seeing this conjunction and asking some questions. They admitted those certain things. So that's one thing you will see, because Moon is a very lustful planet. Okay. Mercury is youth. Mercury is this prince. It's kind of like the conjunction of lustful prince being very visible. Like that's something that people in society will notice about you. Whether it's through your conversations, through your talks, through your behaviors. The other thing we also see with this particular conjunction is that person becomes very good at marketing. Marketing, announcing things, PR, including, even if let's say you have an IT background education, this brings great talent for product development, brand management, which is actually, I would say, 70% of the internet industry, brand management. Because you got to understand one thing. The brands are no longer like Coca-Cola and Pepsi or, your favorite cookies or something. Each and every person that is online is now a brand. And your brand is not only just visible to you and locally to you. We're like, oh, just local people, this is my brand, my people like me. But guess what? You can be searchable worldwide. And the way you present your brand can actually, in a way, hurt many other aspects of your life. For example, you have a brand, political brand, where you criticize a certain country. Okay, and you have your following. But guess what? If you ever visit that country, at the customs, they may not even let you in. They may give you a hard time. They may confiscate your stuff, half of it. Oh no, this is not a lot. Well, too bad. Go back otherwise. Why? Because they noticed your brand. They looked on your brand. And so here, what happens with this Mercury Moon conjunction, if let's say there's no aspect or other conjunction with this is a very diplomatic person who has a very universal brand, meaning they will always be careful of how they present themselves, what they do, what they say. Because they want, what happens with Moon and Mercury in the 10th house, they want to make everybody happy. So at work, they will make all the bosses happy. They will always, even the worst person that they don't like, they will also try to be neutral and happy with them. Because again, these two planets are very soft planets. Moon and Mercury are soft planets. It's kind of like a sponge full of water. Water is a element that can be turned into any shape, right? And a wet sponge can be squished and molded into anything. So it is not like a rock, like this is my stand and I don't care if you like me or not. Because there are people out there. If let's say Mars is in a fixed sign in the 10th house, they do not care who likes them, who doesn't like them. They stick by certain principle. This is the person is actually, in a way, becomes a great, corporate politician who is able to maneuver and mold their sponge and get their point across, get their work across. So this is why you find such people becoming quite successful. Success simply means that you're just doing well in your career. Success doesn't always have to be being a millionaire, being rich and wealthy. It's about having the balance of everything in your life. And this particular conjunction does that. On the other hand, also, excellent writer. See, Moon Mercury conjunction in any house can make a great writer, but here, specifically, both in 9th and 10th house, 3rd house, 6th house, 9th house, and 10th house does very well, along with even 5th house. Because these are the houses of writing, publishing, and professional life. Mercury is the original third house ruler. So in a way, if you pretend that 3rd lord is in the 10th house with Moon, which according to Sage Gemini is number one significator of writing. So here you can, and this is why it's so important to understand these other classical statements and knowledge. One of the best being Bharat Jataka by Varamira. You will get such nice tidbits in those particular in that particular book, but especially read the one written by B. Surya Narayan Rao, because he goes into details of explaining the sloka. And then you understand, oh, that's what it means. So this is why it's important. So you understand, if let's say you just, read Parashara, Moon will be all about food, mother, emotions. You may not really realize that Moon is also writing. Bigger significance of writing than even Mercury. Mercury actually is paper. It's administrative related accessories, in which you can include a pen too, which usually is the Mars. And especially also Mercury, Moon, I always find people always are enthusiastic about doing business and trade. Now, will they do business and trade? That depends upon many factors, combinations of business, other planetary alignments, and especially most importantly, a dasha that can give success in business. Because if you're not going through a good dasha, doing business, meaning like you're going into either debt and just losing money. You're not able to pay your bills. In that case, even in the bad dasha, jobs do very well. At least they're giving you some sustenance. And the other thing we also see with Mercury and Moon, one either moves from home frequently or moves out of the home quite quickly in life. Because because of certain uncomfortableness within the home, they're going to want to just get out. But they make mistakes if they get out early. Because Moon and Mercury are soft planets. They need assistant of other planets to guide them. So if you have other planets, yes, they could be guided very well. But only Moon Mercury gives much better results after 25th year. Because Moon naturally matures at 18. Mercury matures at 32, but also 25th is a point where Sun gets matured. And most likely Sun will always be either in the same house as Mercury or side by side. So Mercury will always have support of the Sun. So it also finds their maturity with the Sun at 25th year, even though the true age is 32. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Moon Mercury conjunction in the 10th house of your birth chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you miss type of videos. And if you want to know all your astrological details, my books, reports, consultations, the link to my academy, check out the links here. Otherwise, I will see you later. Bye-bye.